Yay, huh? But that thing, Darth Vader's thing, um, it's a helmet worn by the subterranean race of Muranians in 1935 film The Phantom Empire. Yeah. It also echoes a darker style of antique steampunk smoke helmet. Vintage doppelganger made by the ironically named company Vage and Vader. Ha ha ha! There you go. Um, the stormtroopers' uniforms. Where did those come from? The swarms of soldiers. Who, I want one of those. I want a stormtrooper uniform. Whose uniforms took like an homage to their leader, except in ghost-like white, and having dished the cloaked, are actually a visual mashup of Apple computers and the Nazi war machine. Okay. Somehow this bizarre combination of everything and the dark side of history clicked for Star Wars. The Force Awakens. Costume designer Michael Kaplan, I'm sorry. The same fascist regime that partly inspired Darth Vader's headgear influenced theirs as well. Um, the Empire First Order in general disturbingly mirrors the brutal, hard-edged aesthetic of the Nazis and other fascist regimes. As for Apple, Kaplan was always asking himself, what would the technology giant do if faced with designing uniforms for space soldiers? And the answer, of course, was retrofuturism, of course. Um, the Ewoks, where did they come from? Yeah, they would have. Yeah, you're right. No, it's not. It had this spaceship. I think he was outlaw, but bounty hunter too. And it's a broken down spaceship. It's older. Yes, absolutely it was, Michelle. Absolutely. Um, I'm typing again, so can't do both. I still can't do it, even when I'm not. Okay. Yes, you're absolutely right. No, the show I'm thinking of, it had this guy was owned a spaceship, okay, and I think he was kind of a scavenger outlaw. His ship was out there. It was always breaking down. It was older. I can't think of her name. She was also on Stargate. She was interested in Daniel, the black-haired girl. She played in the later um, episodes, and she was also, God, I can't think of it. She was also on this one. Dang it. Ah, I cannot think of it for the life of me. But it was, kind of centered on them. Anyway, the Ewoks, where did they come in? Are they, teddy bears from somewhere? Zombified teddy bears? Zombified taxidermy specimens? An alien species? No, they're not. The creatures seem cute until they nearly roast Han Solo alive on a spit. And then they redeem themselves by taking down the technological empire. We're actually inspired by George Lucas's other dog. It's a Griffin Roxelloy. You know what I'm talking about, Lori? What is the name of that show? It's driving me crazy. This breed is our planet's answer to the Ewok. Compare furry faces and you will see where the forest-dwelling, stick-wielding mammals got their mustaches, snub noses, and googly eyes. And the resemblance is extraterrestrially eerie. He is almost rumored to have used the equally hairy Lhasa Apso for inspiration. Where would Jabba the Hutt come from? That'd be something like, a bad trip on something. Jabba the Hutt was almost Chewie, sort of, in an evil way. The vision George Lucas first had for the gargantuan gangster was essentially a huge furball that could easily be mistaken for an extra in Braveheart. There you go. He was supposed to be human, which also meant he was supposed to be wearing clothes. And his fashion sense consisted of shaggy furs over some sort of tunic and bullet-studded belt. But the idea of Bill Connolly on steroids wasn't working out. So he morphed into a fat slug-like creature to match his slimy business deals. So there you go. The very existence of Jar Jar Binks. Oh, you gotta love Jar Jar Binks. That's it! Yay, Lori! That's it. Farscape. That's the one. I love that show. I thought it was pretty good. But I could not remember it for the life of me. Thank you, Lori. Yay. Thanks for coming up with that. Yeah. Farscape. I always like that one. I don't know why, but that one stuck in my mind. Jar Jar Binks. Who doesn't love Jar Jar Binks? Yeah. Do I remember the site? No. The site of what? It was on Sci-Fi Late Night sometime. I think, wasn't it? At one time. Anyway, who doesn't love Jar Jar Binks? Star Wars may have recently flown into the wonderful world of Disney, but George Lucas was a diehard Disney fan before the fantasy came true. He then made a magically shocking mission at the D23 Expo, DisneyCon. Jar Jar Binks, the excessively annoying kazoo voice Gungan, who inspired such legendary merch as the infamous tongue lollipop, is based on Goofy. Yes, Sci-Fi. It was on Late Night. Yes. Oh my God. How are you remembering all these? Yes, Defiance. Yes. Excellent, guys. There were so many of them. There were so many of you guys are so awesome. There were so many shows dealing in this. Yeah. There's so many TV shows. And, they didn't just come up with this stuff. But anyway, Jar Jar Binks was based on Goofy, believe it or not. You can't deny the chronic awkwardness and mere image of that gangly physique. And they always both managed to trip into some embarrassing situation. Jar Jar is the most irrelevant character in the franchise, yet Lucas managed to sneak him into a space opera because of his goofy obsession. And yes, I love Jar Jar Binks. The Twilight Zone. Who doesn't love the Twilight Zone? Seriously. You had the Twilight Zone, Quantum Leap, Star Trek. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's a tough one, Lori. Who's yours? You have now entered the Twilight Zone. Yeah, he was good. That's a tough one. Also, Outer Limits. Remember Outer Limits? Don't touch your television set. We are controlling it. If I could spell The Outer Limits. Didn't want us to touch our TV set. They were controlling it. Anywho, yeah, Outer Limits, Tales from the Dark Side. There were so many shows, so many. I don't think we could even get into them seriously. Um, God, we could talk about this all night long. Actually, um, oh God, yeah, Tales from the Dark Side. Yeah, they were all good. Those were good. I like those. Yes, Tales from the Dark Side. Excuse me. Um, yeah, that we had taken. We could talk all night long about all of them. So what about your favorite? Well, we've talked about the shows. What's your favorite sci-fi movie? There's so many of them now. Yeah, we could talk all night about any of them. That's for sure. Um, which one? Which one, Michelle? Yeah, that Taken was totally awesome. I really like that. Which one, Michelle? What movie did you love that a lot of people didn't? Oh, Jodie Foster. Good movie. Good movie. That was an excellent movie, by the way. Yes. Um, no, not one of your favorites. Real, I thought it was a good movie. I did. I enjoyed it. It would be. I'd say my. It would be in my top 10. Absolutely, but not my number one. I don't think. I could be though. There were so many good ones. Um, oh my God, you have even horror movies. As far as the wormhole theory, yeah, that was a good movie. It was. It's in my top 10. Absolutely. Um, I haven't been able to come up with a definitive, and I'm going to work on that some more. Um, yeah, it was a good movie. It's in my top 10 for sure. Um, Good to talk a bit about science fiction to science fact. It like in Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry could never imagine that a prop from his TV show would change the world. But that's exactly what happened when he introduced a communicator on the first episode of Star Trek. And the first episode, it was in 1966. Just 6 short years later, in 1973, Martin Cooper made the first public cell phone call from a hand. Remember, I don't remember this in 73, the first cell phones. I really don't. But I remember them kind of later on in the early 90s. They were kind of huge yet. Signs, yes. Yes. Mel Gibson and um, Joaquin Phoenix. Yep. Yep. Um, After he acknowledged that Star Trek inspired him to develop the technology. I'm not sure it was Star Trek that inspired. It could have, but I don't know. I think some of this technology that has given us our cell phones, our wireless internet, our,